Ciao world, this video is about the experience that I made for repairing this PlayStation 3 that suffer for the yellow light of death. This is a fat PlayStation 3 and some month ago it became shutting down for thermal error. Then I tried to reflow the components with this airflow solder here, and it works for, let's say, 1 or 2 months. I don't play a lot, but it works. Then it suddenly doesn't boot, and it has the yellow light of death error. So I read on the internet that the reason could be the capacitor that was here, and on the other side of the board that now is assembled, so you cannot see. Those capacitor are neck capacitor, and for thermal reason get damaged, and for this reason many people suggest to replace that capacitor. It was a bit hard to remove the original capacitors, and I have done with the airflow soldering. I have tried with the airflow soldering, but I doesn't manage to remove that, so I use brutal force using not a screwdriver but a cutter and a screwdriver. You have to pay attention to not to damage the PCB. And then because I try with the airflow, I have a lot of solder on the PCB, and to clean these you need a solder with a high mass, and I've used this 100-watt solder here to clean the trace. And then I have buy this for 170 capacitor here from AliExpress. Those are tantalum capacitor, and then I solder you can see here 1 2 3 4 8 16 capacitor, and the things is that you need a big mass solder for this, because you have a big PCB layer on the bottom of the VCC and ground plane. And I have tried with at first using this one that is attached to a Kissinger soldering station, but then I use this stupid, not intelligent solder that is just simple as this, and it has a fairly bigger mass than the other, and it's a 60-watt one. And I managed to solve this. I don't assemble yet this, but it now works. I have powered it up and it works. So my tip is remove the capacitor. To remove the capacitor, don't use the airflow solder, and use a big mass solder. And I have powered this up, and I just removed the top side 4 capacitor, original 4 capacitor. I don't remove the bottom side, and it seems to work. It was even if not assembly, it will power it up for 1 hour and it works.